this window is messing with my lighting and I hate it. Hi people, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Zee and I run this YouTube page. But if you're not new here, you might know me from Instagram under the name Manly Beauty. So today's video is going to be my full face of Korean beauty. I have the bag right here from my previous video if you've seen the previous video. Let's get started. We're starting off with primer. I have actually quite a few. I have the Media Lumilayer Primer Fresh, which is a cult favorite. I also have like this essence thing, which is similar to the Cover FX Mattifying Drops, which is the Sebum Soap T-Zone base from Etude House. And then the one I'm going to be using today is No Problem Primer from Touch and Soul, which is this. This is also another cult favorite. I want to use this the most because I did a black head strip on my nose today because my nose is like really clogged, and that did absolutely nothing, pulled absolutely nothing from my nose, and I'm not pleased. It just shot up, basically just like, yeah, just liquid. There's no like substance to it. Let me just clean off my hands and shake this bottle up a little. Okay, now I've shaken the bottle and that just moved my hijab all which way. Oh my god, it's still not okay. Whatever, I'm gonna just deal with this and just smack it on my face because I can't be bothered. Really, I really can't be bothered. I had the same issue with another pore primer from Catrice. All the serum came out and I'm not really feeling the texture. It feels very oily. Now this is the proper texture. Just now it was like more so like the liquid base than the actual like pore filling component, whatever. Perhaps I'll have a better experience with it the second time around I use it, because right now I'm really not feeling the texture. It feels very greasy because it's mostly like the liquid portion. So yeah, anyway, I really need to figure out like a hijab style that I will not get freaking makeup all over, because I don't actually put on my hijab properly when I film these kinds of videos where I'm putting on makeup or skincare, because it's just easy. I like a tight fitting hijab around my face, so when I try to put on makeup, that's not really nice because you'll see all the makeup residue, and I'm not about that life. I don't want to wash like makeup residue out of my hijab, they stain and whatever, so I'm just like, no. I think I put on too much because I was trying to get the proper consistency, so now it's a little greasy, just a little, but I hope that does something for my pores, you know. Now that primer is done, we're moving on to foundation, and the foundation I have is the Nature Republic Provence Air Skin Fit One Day Lasting foundation. I almost got it. I got 50%, so that's good enough, right? I'm still gonna keep the box. I'm gonna just throw it somewhere on my table because I have a lot of foundations going. I don't even know why I'm opening up a new foundation when I already have like I think 6 or 7 going at the moment. I'm thinking of I'm gonna throw away like this foundation concoction that I have, because majority of my old foundations are actually way too light. I've gotten tanner, and I think this is now my natural skin tone. I used to be I think 2 or 3 shades lighter than this, and then as I got older I got tanner, and then I just never went back to like the original shade I was when I was like in middle school and high school. If you're wondering what I was doing just now, I was wetting my sponge. I have like a pump bottle of plain water, like normal tap water, in my room just in case I'm too lazy to like go to the toilet to wet my sponge, so I always have that in the room. And now we're going to try out the foundation. By the way, the feeling of the primer right now, the No Problem Primer, is sunk in really nicely, so there's no like extra greasy feeling anymore, so it's like it's all good. But when I first put it on, I was like rubbing it into my skin, it felt so greasy. Anyway, this is 2 full pumps of the Provence Air Fit One Day Lasting foundation. It looks light, honestly, like really light. I'm gonna like just it's too light. This was my shade. Like I used to be this fair in middle school, like senior year when I graduated. Going into high school, this was how fair I was. I'm not this fair anymore, as you can see clearly. It's very liquidy, as you can see, like super liquidy. Coverage-wise, I would say it's a strong medium. Okay, why am I looking on my phone screen when I have a mirror right here? Let me just angle the mirror. Oh yeah, oh my god, it's so white. It's so white. Let me just like pin my hijab. Do I have my? Oh my god, I don't have a clip. Why? Okay, never mind. I have a small, not the hair clip, but like this kind of like tiny ass hair clip. Okay, I'm gonna just clip my hijab back. Wow, that's a phrase I don't think I've ever said in my entire life until now. Clipping a hijab back. Usually you will hear people say, oh, I need to clip my hair back, but now you hear clipping a hijab back. Yeah, you can see my ears, whatever. Yes, I have piercings. I have like 2. I have 1 more up here, which is a helix, and then on the other side it's actually 3. I have 3 piercings on the other side. So fun fact about me, I have a lot of piercings. 6 in total. Okay, so the coverage wise, as you can see, it's I think light medium buildable, probably a strong medium, and you can see like all my pimple scars are still there. And in terms of blending out, like it blended out really nicely into my skin. It's definitely like lighten my skin tone because it's not my correct shade, but it doesn't look too nuts. Nothing that I'm like unhappy about, so to say. If I were to build it out, definitely it will be like too like obvious that it's not my skin tone. Undertone wise, it's great, and like in terms of like the skin fit claim, I agree with it though. Like the skin fit is actually quite true. Let me just get another hair clip. Thank God I have a second one right here. So I'm gonna clip the hijab back again. Yeah. Now I look awkward. Oh well, the things I do for YouTube. And yeah, it's definitely look at that skin tone thing. Not my shit at all. But we can work with it. We can work with it. It's not like my first time wearing a foundation that's too light for me. I always wear foundations too light for me because you've seen me in my hijab in the previous video. You don't see my neck, so it doesn't really matter. Then yeah, oh, I hate when it gets into like my hijab cap. Like in Malay, I think we call it a serkup. That's the proper term or whatever. And I hate it when it gets onto the serkup because like they're all colored basically, and I don't want it to like stain. How did I do this when I first started doing makeup videos? How did I put on makeup and I don't know how I did it, but I did it, I guess. I didn't build up the foundation on this side, but when I build it on this side, I definitely get a medium coverage at most, like literally at most. I think if I build it up anymore, I will look really, really cakey, so I'm not going to go there. I'm gonna build it up on my other cheek so that it's like the same coverage both ends. I'm not gonna build it on my forehead because I don't like having a lot of product on my forehead. Okay, I look really weird. I apologize. Anyway, let me just unclip this because I'm done. And then fix my hijab. Now that's that. And then now moving on to concealer. For the concealer that I have a cult favorite, which I mentioned in my other previous video, the Cure Cover Pro Artist Liquid Concealer from CLIO. This is a cult favorite. I don't really see a lot of people talking about this concealer anymore because it came out many years ago. I think more than 5 years ago at this point. Honestly saying, now that I think about it, not a lot of K-beauty concealers have been coming out. They don't really come out with concealers. I know they come out with a lot of like foundations and like powder stuff and colored face stuff or colored eye stuff, but when it comes to like concealers, it's something that they rarely come out with. I know Peri Para, which is a sister brand to CLIO. CLIO, it's like the adult woman version, while Peri Para is like the teenager, like just getting into makeup kind of like sister brand. They have come up with their version of this like cult favorite concealer. I forgot what's the name. I'll insert a photo right here. That's concealer done. I like this concealer. It works well with the foundation. At first when you saw it, it looks very yellow and like it might be too yellow for the foundation. It actually works really well. In real life, the coverage looks really nice. Obviously on camera, because of like the lighting and everything and the phone camera sensitivity, you might think that it has more coverage. In real life, yeah, it has really nice coverage, though my dark circles will probably be more concealed on camera than it does in real life. I can still see a little bit of my dark eye circles, but they're concealed enough and I'm okay with that. So moving on to powder, the powder that I have is the EGLIPS Blur Powder Pact in shade 25. Now that I think about it, since I'm going to set my whole face with this, I should have probably gotten a lighter shade for my under eyes. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to set my entire face first with this. I'm not using the puff. I don't ever use a puff. I find that it's a little bit too cakey. Oh, by the way, I like spot cleaned all my brushes yesterday for this video, so yeah, this is my big powder brush from the Marble Luxe collection from BH Cosmetics. I'm taking the whole powder brush and really like coating my brush in this powder, and it comes off with a lot of product, so I'm just gonna just a little, just so that I get like the very little amount and just stamp my face. Ooh, I like it. I like it. it, oh yes, I like it because it toned down the foundation by quite a lot, and I like that. Obviously it's still, the shade is still off for me, but the fact that it can like tone down the foundation, yeah, I really like it. This will be a nice touching up powder, honestly. Update on the foundation. I don't know whether you can see it in real life because I can't zoom with this camera. But right here, where I have my smile lines right here, you can see that it's creased in that region, and I'm not down with it. It hasn't really creased on this side, but you can see it creased on my right side right here. Forehead wise, nope, it hasn't really sunken into my forehead expression lines, but I know it definitely will later on. The concealer, yep, it is creased because I haven't set it yet, so I'm gonna just take my sponge and then just blend out the concealer. I'm just gonna set it with this powder. I'm gonna load off quite a bit because I like to like slightly bake, but not really. I tend to just leave it there for probably less than a minute and then just wipe it all off so that it has like a chance to really like sink in, and then yeah. Actually, now that the base is done, let's do a pause and just do a whole rundown before we move on to eyes. I really like I really like it, though I would say I still prefer like a loose powder overall because touching my face I can feel like certain areas are not completely set. It definitely set the concealer really well, but I would still prefer a loose powder to like properly set everything. Here in my smile lines, it's not really set really properly, even though you saw me like go all over. So I would say this powder is more so for like touching up. I don't really like it for setting the face. The job can be done, but with how I like to do my makeup, how I like my makeup to feel on my face, it's not my favorite, honestly. It's more so I would say for touching up, or like for like after you've done all your like colored face stuff like bronzer, contour, highlight, and then you use this powder to like just mesh everything together. I would say that it's better for that, but not mad at it. If you are the person who likes to set your face with pressed powder, this is actually a good product for that. So yeah, not mad at it. Overall, the base, I would say thumbs up for me. Now moving on, we're gonna try out the Saemmul bronzer, which I'm really actually like worried about, that I told you guys it might be a little too light for me, the Saemmul bronzer. So let's bust it out. This is the Saemmul single blusher in, what's the name? Oops, Call Me Brown. So yeah, as you can see, it's like just nice for me. I have the Too Cool for School bronzer as the backup, so if this doesn't work out, I have a backup. So wish me luck with this one first, because technically this is the cheaper alternative to the Too Cool for School. The Too Cool for School one is like really expensive. So for that, I'm going to be using, what brush should I use? I don't really have a lot of like bronzing brushes, to be honest. As you can see, oh, it comes with a lot of product actually. I went in like, yeah, it comes off with quite a bit of product. So I'm gonna just go out with this side. My right side is my best side. Oh, okay, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. I don't know if you can see, but like, it's a very nice light bronze. I think if I were in my natural skin tone, this would probably not show. But I think you can see, I hope you can see it, the bronze color compared to this side. This side is like no bronzer, and then yeah, so it's okay, it's cool. Okay, that was, whew, I was scared that this would not work out because it definitely did not look dark enough. Well, dark enough in my opinion. I don't like to like I don't like bronzers that are really light, to be honest. So let's just see on this side, because this side is a lot better. Maybe I should have started off with this side first. Anyway, we're gonna do that for the contour. I'm still gonna go into the Too Cool for School bronzer. It looks more like a contour, to be honest, but yeah. Yep, I like it. This is the kind of like bronzer color I like. It's very like orangey red. It's not very like orange yellow, it's more so orange red, because it actually looks a lot like my natural tan on my face. Moving on to the Art Class by Rodin, whatever, bronzer. This is a cult favorite. I've heard about this since like the first time I got into like K-beauty, which is a long time ago. I think it was like 2011, 2012. I got into makeup, I think earlier than that obviously, but like when I started using makeup, it was around, I would say 2011, 2012 when I started to really use makeup. So yeah, I'm just gonna swirl in all the colors using like a brush set that I got from like Easy Buy. It's not my favorite brush, but it works, and like I just like the shape because it's more tapered and yeah. So I'm just gonna go in this side, sorry. First impression through the viewfinder. It's not, oh no, yeah, it's okay. It takes a little bit of like blending. It's not like full on, yeah, but yeah, it's definitely a contour shade. I can definitely tell that it's a contour shade compared to like, you see the redness here, and then here where I put the Too Cool for School, it's more cooler. So definitely a contour. So not mad at it though. Gives me that. Just look. It's more of contour. It's very cool tone. Hopefully you can see it because this window is messing with my lighting and I hate it. That's the contour done. Not bad. I might go in a little bit with the middle shade, just on the squeezing my brush on the middle shade and just trying to contour my nose because I don't really have much of a nose bridge and my nose bulbs out here on the side, so I'm just gonna contour it a little bit. Nose contour. Quentanande. I think the correct word would be Quentana. Quentanande is the correct word. Like, it's okay. It works. Toi. I like. So yeah, I'm trying to learn Korean if you didn't know. I've been learning Korean casually for the last 4 years on my own. Yeah, but I haven't like gotten it down. I can speak really simple things, but I think it's like a mix of like informal and formal because Korean has like formal and informal language. I have a mix of two because of the variety shows that I watch and the dramas that I watch. So sometimes when I speak Korean, I'm like, this is the informal, what is the formal? And I'm just like not so sure. So yeah, that's the Too Cool for School bronzer. We're moving on to blush. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the blush. The blush is so nice. Yeah, this is the Cheek Fit blusher from EGLIPS in the shade Fig Cheek Fit number 6. And I've said in my previous video that I wanted the number 5, which is more cool tone. This is more like rosy warm. This reminds me a lot of like Between the Sheets from ColourPop, which is my favorite blush ever. And thank god ColourPop has not discontinued that because they've discontinued a lot of their original like stuff, which I'm not really happy about. I'm using a Mina stippling brush for my blush, which is what I always use now for blush because I find that using like a denser brush makes my blush look really strong and I don't really like that look. I find that a stippling brush is a lot more gentle on my foundation or like my base, and it applies the color really nice and diffused, and then oh my god, this is gonna be my new favorite blush. Yes, oh my god, yes. Oh, that's so nice. Do you see that? You see that? Oh my god, it's so nice. It's so nice. Get that. Oh my god, it's so nice. And also like my base is not too matte. You can see like the natural sheen on my face. Yeah, and looking up close, if you can see, my base is not like breaking up. Sometimes when I apply blush, bronzer and highlighter, you can see because of me blending in with my brushes, like the foundation patches off where the pores are, so you can see little dots of where your foundation like rubbed off. This is not doing that, and I'm really impressed. Oh my god, it's really nice. Okay, I think I went a little too ham on my left side. Let me just equalize it on both sides and then go in with my powder brush again. I do this quite a lot where I like want to get the nice blend of my product and then I end up putting on too much, so I have to go back with my powder brush with no product by the way. It's just like my plain powder brush and just like diffuse the color out because it's like too strong. Moving on to highlighter, this is my least favorite one because I really want the CLIO like Prism Air highlighters, but those are so expensive. I'm a broke person right now. Like, I haven't found a job yet. I'm actively finding a job. I'm just waiting for like them to contact me for job interviews, which is supposedly sometime this week or next week. Hopefully I'll get something, and then yeah. This is the Face Shine highlighter from Etude House. Supposedly it's a dupe for the... Well, it looks like a dupe. It looks like a dupe for the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Vanilla Quartz, which is what I have. I can't show it to you because it's shattered and I don't want it to like crumble all over me. So yeah, I'm taking my 13 brushes highlighting brush, the logo rubbed off. I'll link 13 brushes down below. They are a local like brush making company in Singapore, so if you want good quality brushes, you can check them out. They are a little pricey because once again they are based in Singapore, and yeah, the brushes are really good quality. I've yet to like get their brushes, like the full set. Ooh, okay. Looks really nice. This highlighter reminds me a lot of the Becca in Vanilla Quartz. However, I don't think you can see on camera, but I'm gonna go up close here on the side. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not smooth. It looks like specks of glitter, so it's not my favorite formula of highlight. I find the Makeup Revolution ones are a lot smoother. This seems a little like specks of glitter, like you can see the powder particles, so it's not really that smooth, so it's not my favorite highlight. It does work and you see the glow, but yeah, definitely not my favorite. I have like better highlighters from Pixie, from Makeup Revolution, from Becca. This is definitely nah, meh. Okay, moving on to, let's see what's next. Eyebrows. So eyebrows, I'm going to just speed through them because they're brows, you know. I'm not gonna really talk through much of that part. So yeah, I'll just let you guys see a speed through of me doing my brows, and then that's about it. I'm using the cult favorite drawing eyebrow from Etude House in dark brown. Not my favorite color. Once again, I said it in my previous video. It's very red for my eyebrows. My eyebrows are more like neutral brown. So yeah, just gonna let you all see how I do my brows. One brow done, and I'm gonna move on to the other brow. I think I'm just going to like edit that part out, or whichever part. Yeah, my brows are done. It's a little dark, which is what I always end up doing. My brows always end up a little dark, but I think it's also because I have quite a bit of brow hair. Yeah, my brows are done. Now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. I'm going to stick with my Holika Glossy Play or eyeshadow palette in Mature Peach. Technically, Glossy Play is not the name of the palette. It's called the Piece Matching 12-Piece Shadow Palette, and the shade, or like the color scheme, is called Mature Peach, and this is what the color scheme looks like. Super neutral. So yeah, I'm gonna be taking a big fluffy blending brush. Let me just find one. So the one that I'm using right now is from Essence, and normally I don't use an eyeshadow primer. I never bother with an eyeshadow primer. Like, I do have it, but not from a Korean brand, so I'm just not going to use it in this video. I'm going to be taking the color right here, Peanut Butter. So I'm going to be taking peanut butter on my blending brush and just blending it all over the eye area up into the crease. I'm just doing like my usual makeup routine, so yep, it is so pigmented, blends really easy. I would say that it's actually not really a close dupe for the Peachy Mattes from Too Faced, but if you want something that's similar, I would say go for this palette. A lot of Korean eyeshadows get, especially the palettes, get a lot of bad rep for being not pigmented, but I think it's only because of the fact that they are meant to be more everyday. Korean people, if you look at their makeup, is more so focused on like glittery, very sparkly, while for like Western beauty, I feel like they have that concept of like contour and sculpting. So shadows is like a way for you to like kind of change up your eye shape, while for Korean people, it's more so to enhance in a way. So that's all blended out. I'm going to work on my lower lash line later. So that's the color. I'm going to be taking a smaller brush, also from Essence. This is their Smoky Eye Smudge Brush. And then I'm going to be taking the color Cocoa Butter. It's so funny how my eyeshadow is really warm, but my clothes are really cool. I'm going to be taking the shade Cocoa Butter, which is the darkest shade in the Mature Peach palette, on my smoky brush. Ooh. My smoky eye smudge brush, or like smoky eyes brush. Sorry, it's called smoky eyes brush. And then just blend it in the outer corner. Ooh my god, that is really pigmented. I don't think you can see, but it's like super like pigmented. Not as pigmented as some Western shadows I've seen, but definitely pigmented for a Korean brand. I hope it doesn't turn patchy, because it has that potential being so dark to be patchy. Oh yep, it is patchy. Like where you put the shadow, it takes a little effort to blend, because there's a single patch right here that's like a little darker than the rest of the eyeshadow, so I probably have to go back into my blending brush and blend it out. It's a little difficult to blend, requires a little elbow grease to like really work it in there, but you do get there eventually. Alright, so that's one eye. I'm just gonna skip over the other eye because I think it's gonna take too long. And I'm done blending. I'm going to be taking back my blending brush from Essence and the color Peanut Butter and just like going over the right eye, especially because the right eye was not blended really nicely, so I'm just gonna go over and then just a little bit on my left eye as well. And then if I need to re-intensify the dark color, I'll just re-intensify it with Cocoa Butter. And then yeah, moving on. Ooh, that looks really nice on camera. In real life, it looks really smooth and blended as well. It's not as dark as I thought it would end up looking, but I'm not mad. It's okay. From there, I'm going to be taking a shimmer shade. I don't know whether I want to use Canned Peach or Canned Apricot, because Canned Apricot is more like a true bronze, while the Canned Peach looks more like a cool tone taupey bronze. So I think I'm gonna go with Canned Peach first, and then just like on the center of my eye. Ooh, it's okay. Let me just do that on the other eye so that you can see. Yeah, it's not metallic, it's more so shimmery. So I'm just gonna like just blend it all over the lid up until where my eye like folds in. Or like the, it's not really the crease, but like where my eye folds in, I guess. Because Korean people call that like where your eye folds is the crease, while like Western beauty, I see when people say the crease, they say like that area where your eye sinks in. Because for me, my eye doesn't exactly fold into that crease. It's not very like this color, even though it looks like it will have like pigment, it's not very pigmented. It doesn't have that peach base. It's more so like you can see like a glitter shadow. It's not very like, you know, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. I think I'm going to sparkle it up a little bit more. This is a product I didn't mention in my previous video. I have the Paper Sugar Twinkle Shadow in Lady Coral, or is it Marigold? Yes, Lady Coral. And this is the perfect color for this look. I'm going to just do it on the center of my eye. This is totally brand new, as you can see, it's clean. So just the center of my eye. Ooh, okay, maybe not. That's a bad idea. Because the color was very, very, very different. So I'm just gonna put it on the center of my eyes, where the darker color meets the glitter shadow, or like the glittery shadow. So it's okay. It adds a little bit of sparkle, though I don't think it's that much different. Perhaps it looks better with a more red eye look, because this is more of like a red bronze. What was I thinking? It took off most of the shadow because it's the liquid. Why you do this to me? I'm trying to build it up, but it's not really building, which is annoying me. Okay, I think that's about it. I don't want to mess with it anymore. I'm going to re-intensify the Cocoa Butter shade, which is the dark brown shade I used before, with my smoky eye brush, because I feel like it's a little bit lost because of the glitter. And yeah, only on the left eye though, because I brought it in a little too far out. Now that's a little better. Yeah, now we're moving on to the lower lash line. I'm gonna take another, actually no, I'm just gonna take a random brush. This is from UBU. They don't sell this brand in Singapore anymore, but it's just like a small fluffy, like very small fluffy paddle brush kind of thing. And I'm gonna take the same two colors, Peanut Butter and Cocoa Butter, and just do the same thing underneath my eyes. Yep, and then that's about it for the lower lash line. I don't really do much on my lower lash line. I'm just gonna go back to Lady Coral, the Sugar Twinkle Liquid Glitter Shadow from Petty Patta, and then just like, yeah, underneath my eyes. I don't know if it's because I've had this for very long, so it's not really showing up that much, or is it the color? I think it's the color. Maybe it's the color that's not really showing up on my eyes. So I brought it a little too low on this side, but it's okay. I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of the highlighter. I feel like it's not light enough, it's not glittery enough. I'm just gonna take like a random brush from the BH Cosmetics Marble set. This is like one of their smaller angled fluffy brush, and then just like, while the glitter shadow is like a little wet, just go over that, and then inner corner as well. Hitting the inner corner and the brow bone. Ooh, this, I don't really want like a super bright one, just enough to highlight a little bit. And yeah, that's the eye look done. We're gonna move on to eyeliner. Yes, eyeliner. Whew, that was a struggle to get out. For eyeliner, I'm gonna use a gel liner. I think I've said it in my previous video, I don't really like this gel eyeliner because it's so hard to use. I've cleaned off the brush that this gel eyeliner comes with, and I'm just gonna really load it on. The thing that I think I really like about this gel eyeliner is that it doesn't dry out. I've had it for, I think, a long time, very long time, and it does not dry out at all, and I really like that fact because I don't use this very often. I still prefer like gel pencils or like liquid eyeliners opposed to this. I find this really finicky, but it works. It still like works really well. It's still really creamy, and like, yeah, if you like gel eyeliners and that's your thing, I suggest the Tony Moly gel eyeliner just because of how long lasting it is. Perhaps if you use it more, it will dry out faster. I don't open this very often, so maybe, oops, it's in my eye. It's in my eye. The reason why I don't like this, as you can see, it's so hard to get sharp. Like, I really like sharp, clean cut eyeliner, but with this, it's not very like precise. It's not very clean. It's very like, how do I put it? Very smudgy. Like, if you like that smudgy look, you will like this more. But I don't like that smudgy look. I like clean, crisp eyeliner, which is why I like gel pencils rather than like a gel pot. Okay, like, it's a little thick. I went a little thick, which is, ugh, I should have bought like a liquid liner or something from like a Korean brand. I don't have one that I like. The one that I do have is from EGLIPS. It's a like brown liquid liner, but that I really don't like the formula on that. It's a metallic as well, so I don't really like it. Ooh, okay, the left side looks way better. I might have to fix the right side. It's always the right side that looks shitty for my eyeliner. Eyeshadow, my right side always looks better. That's eyeliner done. Oh god, I hope that's okay. On camera, it looks okay. I think so. Let me just get a Q-tip and just clean up this side, because no, I'm not okay with this side. Okay, and I'm back. That was a real struggle. Oh my god, it took 7 minutes just to fix that one side. This is why I don't use this anymore. I might just like get rid of it eventually, because I just don't reach for it. It's such a big hassle. Like, 真的麻烦. 真的麻烦. Moving on to eyelashes, I'm just going to skip over this portion because I don't have a Korean mascara to show to you all, so I'm just gonna skip it. And I'm back. Unfortunately, I did get a little like mascara on my left eye, so I'm gonna let that dry and then just flick it off. Before I forget, which I almost did for majority of this video, I forgot to put on lip balm. So I'm going to put on my Innisfree, my lip balm and orange sweet tea, just to prep my lips, because I have quite a few like lip products I want to try. Let that dry, and then we're gonna move on to eyelashes. For eyelashes, if you've seen my previous video, I have the My Beauty Tools eyelashes in Open Eyes from Etude House, and this is what it looks like. Really natural, really short, and it has longer lashes in the center, so it will have that like kind of like doe-eyed effect. I didn't buy eyelash glue from a Korean brand because the ones that do have eyelash glue, they are not in Singapore. Like, the brand is not in Singapore, and Etude House's like eyelash glue that they advertise is actually not an eyelash glue. It's actually a double eyelid glue that they advertise as like a 2-in-1, and there's quite a number of reviews that said that that particular glue, if you use it for lashes, is not really that great. So yeah, if that's what the reviews say, I feel it's not really that great for double eyelid as well, because double eyelid glue needs to be like really strong to hold in that fake double eyelid that you're putting in. Oh, it comes with glue as well. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I'm not gonna open this because it will dry out. I'm gonna take my tweezers. These are tweezers I bought from Daiso. I'm just gonna like nudge it out. The thing I'm scared about whenever I buy lashes is that I'll destroy them before I even get to use them. So this is what the lashes look like, very short. I don't need to cut them at all. And then I'm just going to come back once I'm done putting them on one eye. So there's one eyelash done. I don't think you can see the difference, to be honest, between this eye and this eye. So can you see a difference? Because no, I definitely cannot see that much of a difference. I might see a difference once I curl the lashes and like really crimp them together, but as of right now, I don't really see much of a difference. So let me just crimp them real quick. I learned this trick from Pony to get your lashes to really be like one with each other, and no, they don't look like much. Holy shit. That out there, I can't tell. Yeah, they're almost the same length as my natural lashes, which is like they're very short. Oh my god, they're very natural. So wow, I don't know whether you can see them. Hopefully when I edit you can see them, but they're so natural. Like, yeah, you can't really see them. They just make my lashes look more full there, but compared to these lashes, but in terms of like lengthwise, they're pretty much the same. Like, they blend in so nice. Wow, great for every day, but I will not go through the hassle of putting them on every day because that's too much work. That's too much work. Anyway, I'm gonna do the other eye now and I'll be right back. Okay, now both lashes are done, and I don't know why this is a thing with me whenever I put on lashes, is that one eye the lashes look very different and then the other eye looks different as well. Like, for example, on my right eye the lashes look really good. Like, I don't know where you can see, but the lashes look like super like more obvious, but then on the left side it's not that obvious, which is like, are you okay? Like, does my eye have issues? I think my eyes have issues. And yeah, I am done with the eyelashes. They really don't look any much different, like really. Maybe if I'm not wearing eyeliner they'd be a little bit more obvious, but like they are more obvious in real life than they are on camera. I don't think on camera you can see them really that well, so I apologize. Anyway, I'm gonna rub off the Innisfree lip balm and just like make sure there's no dry skin left over, because that does not look nice. Now moving on to lip stuff. I'll be right back. Can you tell I love lip products? The ones I'm going to use in this video is the Pony Effect lip stuff. I have their, what's this called? Powder Whisper lipstick, which is a total dupe for the Huda Beauty, like packaging wise, Huda Beauty Power Mattes, and then their, what's this called? Powder Touch lip colors, which is like a lip tint in 2 colors from Pony Effect as well. So I'm going to be using the Powder Whisper lipstick. This is in the shade Veil number 6. I only got one because I'm broke, and I actually already tried this. I didn't really like the formula. I find it really stiff and dry the first time I used it. Now it's a little bit better, but when I first put it on, like freshly unboxed, it was so dry, like really dry. It was very hard to put on. The color was not very pigmented, but now it's a lot creamier, it's a lot more pigmented on first swipe, and yeah, I really like it now. But it's definitely a lot more dry than my other matte lipsticks. I have one that I really like, and this is from their Powder Matte line from Maybelline. This is in Touch of Nude, and this matte formula is really nice. This one is really nice. I was really hoping the pony effect ones would be the same. They're not really. They're a little bit more drier straight out the box. The more you use them, the more creamy they get, but they're not really that creamy from first application. So yeah, let me just fix my hijab and I'll be right back. And I'm back with my hijab all fixed. Yeah, and this is the completed look. How do you guys like it? So this video is gonna be definitely super long. I'm gonna run down all the products and tell you at the end of the day which one I really like and which one I don't. The No Problem primer from Touch in Seoul, definitely a like. Like when I look at my face, it definitely looked like my pores are definitely covered. I think because it's my first use, it's not really like the pore like covering capabilities is not that great just yet. I'm pretty sure that the more I use it, the more I'll like it, because on my left side, which I applied it first and it was more like the serum-y consistency instead of like the more gel texture, it didn't cover my pores as much. So definitely you have to like shake it up real hard before you use it, because you're gonna get all the serum first. But I think I'm gonna really like this product. I prefer it over the Catrice one. The Catrice one is a little bit more dry in consistency. It reminds me a lot of like the professional kind of texture, but I really like this a little bit better because it's a little bit more hydrating. That's first. Next up, the foundation. The foundation actually is really nice. The only thing I would say is that it actually sinks into my smile lines pretty immediately. Not as bad as some foundations I have. Some foundations I have, like, they are like obvious, they are like there, and I hate it. This definitely starts sinking in pretty early, but nothing you can't fix. It didn't sink into my expression line on my forehead though, which is surprising. I don't know whether you can see it. Yeah, right there. This expression line, it didn't really sink into this. Perhaps that has to do with the primer rather than the foundation, but I'm happy that it didn't sink into there. The only problem I have with this foundation is that it doesn't, like, I don't know, I don't think you can see it, but it's quite patchy on my nose. Everywhere else is fine, but on my nose especially, it's pretty patchy and it's not like properly covered. I don't know if it's that's my fault or like the foundation, but overall I really like the foundation. Moving on, powder. Oh yeah, I've already stated my 2 cents on the powder. I think it's best for people who like pressed powders to set their makeup. I personally don't, but I still think it is a really good product. In terms of like that blur claim, don't really see it, especially on my under eyes where I set like the concealer with this powder. Don't really see it, so I would say it's a good like solid 3.5 out of 5. Yeah. So then moving on to the Saemmul bronzer. I really like this bronzer. It's the kind of color that I would go for in a bronzer, but a little bit red. I prefer something a little bit more orangey and a little bit deeper, just a little bit deeper. This is more so for like natural days where I don't want to mess up my bronzer. Let's say I apply makeup outside, then I will go for this. So yeah, not a bad bronzer. I would really recommend this. The formula is really good. It's a really blendable, really soft, really smooth. So yeah, Saemmul bronzer. Next up is the Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin bronzer. This is a cult favorite. It's more so a contour. Let me just put it out there. It's a contour, not a bronzer. This is a contour, and I really like it. I think on my skin tone it works really well, and you can really see the contour lines. You don't really need a lot to see that contour. I really like that. Well, it's a cult favorite for a reason, right? So yeah. Next up is the EGLIPS blusher. Oh my god, this is my new favorite. This is my new favorite blusher. Like, this can replace my Between the Sheets already, though I still want to get a backup. But yeah, this is so good. This is so good. Like, if you see it in store, grab it. It's really good, this blusher. This is a definite favorite, the Cheek Fit blusher from EGLIPS. Next up is the highlighter from Etude House. Definitely not my favorite. Where is it? It's lost in the sauce. Oh, there it is. And the Face Shine highlighter from Etude House. Definite pass. You don't need it. I would say from all the reviews regarding the Prism Air highlighters from CLIO, go for that one instead. This is not really that great. I would say the Becca Vanilla Quartz highlighter is a little better in terms of the texture, because this really looks like powder and glitter particles on your face. Like, from afar, it looks like, yeah, it's a highlighter, but close up when you're applying it, like, you can see that like powdery glitter texture, while the Becca Skin Perfector Pressed is a lot more smooth. You don't really see that like particles. So yeah, you can pass on this highlighter. Not really not really my favorite. From there, Etude House Drawing Eyebrow. That's a cult favorite. Another cult favorite. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't, you know. There's a lot of brow products in the market right now. You don't really need this. For me, color-wise, I think it looks okay on camera. In real life, it's a little bit more red, especially when you share it out. So, if you want it, you can try it. It's really cheap. Eyeliner. Okay, you all know it. I don't like the eyeliner. It's just so finicky. I just prefer a gel pencil liner, which is easier to use because it's really tiny tip. This is just too finicky for me, not my favorite. And then liquid liners are a lot better too. But if you are someone who really likes hot gel liners and you've got it down, the application down, you will really like this because this does not dry out very easily, if at all. So yeah, I highly recommend this for those of you who really like hot gel liners. I personally don't, so I'm just not my favorite. From there, the Open Eye eyelashes. So for these, I actually really do like them compared to other lashes that I've tried over the years. Even the Miche Blue ones where Pony recommend, I'll insert a photo right here. Those feel like lashes on my eyes. Like you can feel them for a while before you get used to them. But these actually feel really lightweight. Albeit the fact that they do look really natural, so you can't really tell. Like you can't really tell that I'm wearing lashes. So you can only tell if you see me in real life. They look like my natural lashes. So for someone who has mono lids, very short lashes, or like someone who's not very comfortable with the standard lashes on the market, these are really good. They fill that gap in the market for people who want really more natural looking lashes but don't want like the outer corner lash, if you know what I mean. So yeah, really highly recommend. And they come with lash glue too, so thumbs up from me. Last but not least, after lashes, lipstick. So the Pony Effect Powder Whisper Lipstick. This is in the shade 6 Veiled, as I've said before. And like I said in the video, it comes off really dry at first, but now it's like okay. It's not as creamy when you first apply as compared to like the Huda Beauty Powder Mattes, which I've swatched in store. Those are a little bit more creamy, but it's a really close dupe in terms of like formula packaging, you know, the whole aesthetic. So I do recommend this. But if you have overly dry lips and you are lazy to prep your lips, you might not like this. So yeah, that's all for today's video. It is, oh my god, an hour and 40 minutes long. It's gonna be a horrible to edit. So for the outro today, I'm gonna keep it really short. So I'm not gonna do K-pop Idol of the Moment. I've done that for the last like 3 videos. So today's song recommendation is actually NCT 127's Love Song. That song is a very upbeat song, very happy vibe. Not your typical love song where you're like, you know, heartbroken or like you're pining after a girl. I don't know, I find that that song is not very typical love song kind of style. So I really like it, and it's a very happy, very light-hearted kind of song. So yeah, NCT 127's Love Song. And yeah, that's all for my video today. I hope you guys like the content that I brought today. The end result is really nice, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to do all the standard YouTube stuff. And bye guys!